Hi friends, welcome back to Masters of Chemistry. Today in this video session we are going to discuss the conductometry. This is one of the electroanalytical techniques generally used to measure the electrical conductivity of the electrolytic solution. So today in this video session we are going to cover what is meant by conductometry, principle of conductometry, theory behind this conductometry, and lastly we are going to discuss the method of measurement of conductometry. Conductometry is based on the measurement of electrical conductivity of the electrolyte solution, and the solution conduct the electricity due to the mobility or the moment of cation and anion towards their respective electrode. And the electrical conductivity of the solution entirely depends upon the moment of the ion. Now let's understand what is the principle of the conductometry. Now the basic principle behind the conductometry is the measurement of conductivity of the electrolytic solution, and the conductivity of the electrolytic solution is mainly depend upon the mobility of the ions. If the number of ions or the concentration of ions and the speed of ions is more inside the solution, then the conductivity of the solution should be more. So on the basis of this principle the conductometry is work. Now the conductometry works on the another principle, that is according to the Ohm's law, which is stated as the strength of current I passing through a conductor is directly proportional to potential difference V and inversely proportional to resistance R, which is given by I is the strength of current passing through a conductor, and V is the V by R, so where V is the potential difference and R is the resistance of the solution. Now the basic meaning of this Ohm's law is that if some amount of current, electric current passing through this conductor, so this passing of this electric current or the flow of current, which is mainly depend upon the potential difference. So what is potential difference? So potential difference means it is a pressure which is applied on the electron to change the position of electron from one point to another point, and it is inversely proportional to resistance. So what will do the resistance? Resistance means it resists the flow of electron. So this can be told by Ohm's law, and on the basis of Ohm's law the conductometry works. Now let's understand what is the theory behind the conductometry. Now as we discussed earlier, the conductometry is the measurement of electrical conductivity of the electrolytic solution. Now what is electrolytic solution means? The electrolytic solution is the solution of electrolyte. So basically electrolyte is a chemical compound when dissociated in the solution produce ions, and that ions start to conduct the electricity. So some of the electrolytes which are generally used in this purpose are sodium chloride, copper sulfate, potassium nitrate, etc. Suppose if you use the electrolytic solution of sodium chloride, when this electrolytic solution are dissociated into ions such as sodium plus and chlorine minus ions, then they start to conduct the electricity. Now the conductivity of the solution is depends upon the sum of the factors, such as first one is the concentration of ions, second one is the temperature, third one is the mobility, and fourth one is the size of the ion. Now let's see one by one what is the effect of these factors over the conductivity or the conductance of the solution. First one is the concentration of ions. Now the conductivity of the solution is increases with increase in concentration of ions. So because if the number of ions inside the solution increases, then automatically the conductivity of the solution also increases. Now the second factor is temperature. Now the conductivity of the solution increases with increase in temperature of the solution. If the temperature of the solution increases, then ions acquire the more energy, and the mobility of the ions automatically increases. As the mobility increases, they start to conduct the electricity more faster way. Third factor is mobility of the ions. So we can generally know with the increase in mobility of the ions, the conductivity of the solution is automatically increases. The third factor is size of the ions. Now the conductivity of the solution is increases with decrease in size of the ions, because if the size of the ions increases, the ions become heavy and their mobility or the speed of the ions become low. So if the speed of the ions is decreases means the conductivity automatically increases, or size, on the basis of size the conductivity depends upon. Now the conductometric measurements is based on the electrolysis phenomena. Now what is meant by electrolysis? Electrolysis is the process of decomposition of electrolyte, decomposition also called as dissociation of electrolyte by passing electric current through its solution. Suppose we have the solution of sodium chloride. If we pass the electricity inside this solution, then the sodium chloride are decomposed into sodium ion and chlorine ion, and they start to conduct the electricity. Now let's understand this electrolysis process. The apparatus which are used to perform the electrolysis process that we called as electrolytic cell. Suppose I consider the electrolytic solution of HCl. So I place this HCl inside this solution and I insert the two electrode, one is the anode and the another one is the cathode. Now if I apply the electricity by using this battery arrangement, now the HCl decompose into two ions, one is H plus ions, another one is the Cl minus ions. As the number of ions increases inside the solution, then the conductivity of the solution automatically increases. So electrolysis basically is the decomposition of this HCl under the presence of electric field or the electric current. So that is called as electrolysis, and the conductivity of the solution mainly depends upon this number of ions, the size of ions, the temperature of this solution, and mobility of these ions. Now the method of measuring the conductivity of the solution. So before measuring the conductance of the solution, first we have to measure the resistance of the solution. So on the basis of resistance, the conductivity of the solution is calculated, because we know that conductivity is reciprocal of resistance, which is given by G is equals to 1 by R. Now the resistance of the solution can be measured by using a special instrument called as Wheatstone bridge. Now let's understand how we can measure the resistance of the solution. This is the block diagram of Wheatstone bridge. So the solution whose conductivity has to be determined is placed in a cell which is called as conductivity cell. And we know that the conductivity of the solution is mainly depends upon the temperature. So if it is necessary to keep the temperature constant throughout the solution, throughout the experiment, and this can be done by placing this conductivity cell over a thermostat. Now the two electrodes are placed inside this electrolytic solution. One is anode, another one is cathode, which is connected to a Wheatstone bridge. This Wheatstone bridge consists of a resistance box R at the one end of this Wheatstone bridge, and the wire AB is stretched at the other end of the Wheatstone bridge, and the headphone H and the sliding contact or jockey J is placed over here, and I is the induction coil, which are generally used to produce the alternating current inside the bridge. Now some known resistance is applied to this resistance box, and the alternating current AC is passes through the solution with the help of this induction coil. Now the sliding contact J is moved on this wire AB so that the maximum or no sound heard inside this headphone. Now in this point, following relationships are hold good, such as resistance of the solution divided by known resistance R. The resistance of the solution means length from Bj, and the known resistance is length of Aj. By knowing the Bj and Aj values, the resistance of the solution can be calculated, and if we got the resistance of the solution, we can easily determine the conductivity of the solution, which is given by 1 by resistance. That means the conductivity is the reciprocal of resistance of the solution. Now this is about the conductometry, its principle, theory and method of measurement. So in the next video, we are going to discuss the conductometric titration, principle and type of conductometric titration. Thank you for watching.